Now it's time to fit the skins. First, the lower skins. There's a small cutout there that goes around the prop shaft. Align it with the rear of the false transom very carefully. Press it firmly against the keel. Make sure everything's right. And tack it in place. All the time pushing it up against the keel, making sure you're still aligning with the back of the transom. Make sure everything's in the right place. You can press it down and it follows the keel all the way along. Work your way along, one former at a time. Just pressing the skin up against the bulkhead until it grabs. until it grabs. I'm just pressing the skin against the bulkhead until it grabs. And another bulkhead. Then do the other skin the same way. And sand off this edge to follow the bulkheads so that the upper skin has a flat seat to glue to. Continue sanding till it looks right, then try the skin against it to see that you've got a good close fit all the way along. The front edge of the skin needs filing at an angle to closely meet the front of the keel. Test fit it, starting from the rear, aligning it with the back of the transom. Press it down all the way along. Make sure everything fits, including the front. When you're completely happy with that, do the other side. But before putting the skins on, varnish the underside of the decks, because you won't be able to get at them later. At the same time, you may as well varnish the lower skins on the inside as well. Again, being careful not to get varnish on any surface that you're going to glue to. And the next job is to fit the upper skin. Start from the stern, align it with the transom, press it up against the edge of the deck, and glue the top edge in. Then bend it down and glue the bottom edge in. Now work along forward. When you get to the bow, check again whether it's mited in properly. Next, fit the rubbing strips. Overhang it slightly at the back so you can file it off afterwards. Press it up tightly into the corner. Glue it in place. The rubbing strip is a thinner section of these stringers. Be careful not to mix them up. Then fit the other skin and the rubbing strip in exactly the same way. The next thing you need to do is fill this little groove along here and along here. And the best way is with medium sino and accelerator. Just run the sino along the bead. A couple of drops of the accelerator. That really strengthens the joint. The same along here. Particularly pay attention around the prop shaft. Next you need to sand the edges of the skins flush with the transom, like this, and sand along this edge, but only go halfway along. Leave the edge around the bow as a spray strip. Next we need to make sure that these two holes are opened out. A little drill just remove any varnish. That's the easiest way to do it. That one and this one. 4mm drill. Now we need to fit the water scoop and the water outlet. These allow you to cool an electronic speed controller if you wish, or you can simply link them together and get a nice realistic stream of water when the boat's running. Before you can glue them in, you need to clean them. Brass tarnishes and doesn't stick very well, so clean them with a bit of Scotch-Brite where they're going to be glued. This one has a wooden disc which I've already sanded up, pressed over the end. Can fit that one first. Just use a drop of thin cyano to hold it in place. There you go. This one is left about 15mm projected out. Carefully point it forward so that the wash from the prop pushes water into it. Tack it in place. A drop of thin cyano. And apply a small bead of thick cyano around it and accelerate it as we did before. Make sure you don't leave any glue on this area, because you still need to be able to seat that properly, and there's a little rubber washer under the head there that needs to be able to sit on a flat surface. You put that in once you've painted everything, and you tighten it up with a rather large washer and a nut on the inside. The last piece to go in is the lower deck, which simply sits looks there. You can lift it out later on if you need to access pipes and wires underneath it. And that is the completion of the hull. It's ready to fill any imperfections with a good waterproof filler such as Milliput, that's handy, and then a final sanding and paint it any way you wish to do. Or you can varnish the deck, of course, make it look nice and realistic. You might want to stain the deck down to a mahogany colour first before varnishing it. And now we assemble the stand. It's a very simple assembly, just 4 parts that slot together. Can't get it wrong. Then glue the corners. When that's set, varnish it, then apply the protective foam strip to the surfaces that the boat will sit on. Then cut the rope into 2 pieces, thread it through, tie a knot in it, same with the other ones, and you've got a nice stand. If you're feeling really adventurous, you could try splicing the rope, of course. And there is the finished stand with the ropes fitted and the foam strip to protect the hull, and of course it's varnished.